Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, good morning and welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. As Dennis Fuller brings us in, and Don King is our theme song guy. I think we've got the best theme song in the world. I know it's the longest at 2.5 minutes, so that's and we play that a lot. And today is crappie, or in other words, in some parts of the world, it's called what, Bill Cooksey?
Sockeye.
Would you let me ask Bill Cooksey over here? You just, the teacher is going to put you in the corner, okay?
Sockeye, white perch.
Okay.
And in a few places, it's crappie.
There you go. That's what I want you to say. Crappie.
I know it. I hate
That's
it,
true.
crappie.
It is that. And this
It's crappie around here.
That be up north, they talk like that?
yeah,
Up north and in the Carolinas, some folks do that.
Yeah, well,
they don't-
And-
they don't-
and deep south, Georgia,
really?
those areas.
Well,
just
they don't.
in
I've
certain
heard it.
locations.
They don't talk that in the Delta where Ron was born. California Delta. All right, this next guy, he probably knows a few words about crappie. He's written a few words about crappie. I know he writes for the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News, which I love to edit his copy as the editor of that. We've got the editor now and the past editor in the room. Someday Ron may be the editor of that.
No,
you like
no.
editing this guy's copy because you don't have to edit this guy's copy.
Well, I like to read it. I just read it because he knows about all these things, and that's my good friend Tim Huffman from up in the Boot Hill of Missouri now. Tell us a little bit what's going on with you. Now, you were at Darbon, too, so Ron was actually there, right, Tim?
That's right.
Okay,
yeah.
we have a witness. Okay, I was kind of concerned.
Y'all, it's always good to talk about crappie fishing. That's about the next best thing to catching a few.
Well, and we know you've written a few words about it. I don't know about it, but I wanted to talk about, and he's got if you go to his website, and that's monstercrappie.com, he's got the top 50 lakes, and he just told me about this earlier this morning, in fact. The top 50 lakes, and anybody want to guess which number one? I know you guys have looked at it. He has put Grenada.
I haven't seen it, but
It's over there, right there for you. I laid it over there for you.
But I haven't looked at it, but Grenada has to be number one.
Is it Bill Cooksey? Do you agree with that? Are you?
By reputation, I haven't fished it.
Okay. You've never fished?
Never fished Grenada. The only place I've ever fished in Mississippi is Beaver Dam.
Are you serious?
Yep.
And Beaver Dam actually has some good crappie in it.
Yeah, but it's not on this list. Be quiet. No. So
But
Tim,
not everybody can
Tim,
fish
tell our listeners a little bit about how you put the list together.
Okay, I love doing these lists because no one agrees with.
That's right.
Where's the best deer hunting spot?
Yeah.
Where's the best fishing lake? So I had the opportunity to travel with the crappie tournament trails with fishermen who fish lakes all over the country.
Yeah.
So I picked their brain and got them to give me their top lakes. Checked out a lot of websites, game and fish websites. Where did big fish come from recently? And anyway, it's just an accumulation of people I've interviewed through the years, and really more recently on the interviews, and put it together. I relied heavily on big fish. It weighed pretty important. When you go deer hunting, it's great to kill deer, but you always dream of catching or shooting that big deer. And same way with fishing. So these lakes, they do weigh pretty heavy on big fish.
And what's a big fish for Tim Huffman? What are you calling?
Oh, again, that depends on where you're fishing. If you're up north, a 2-pounder is really a hog in most places. You get down in Mississippi, and 3 pounds is kind of the mark. So it's relative to how much you fish, where you fish.
Okay.
I fished Wapapella for years while I lived up in southeast Missouri. And, if you catch a 2-pounder or 2 1/4 out of there, that's a really good fish. So everything's relative.
And now, where do you live now?
I am down below Little Rock in
That's
Bryan,
what I
Arkansas,
thought. Yeah,
about a year and a half.
Brian, is that where you're from?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. My son was just over there on Wednesday on a business trip. So I said, he was asking me where Brighton was, and I said, well, it's just south of Little Rock. But Tim, I'm looking at the top 10. Okay, Reelfoot's number 10.
Now for a guy my age, especially when big fish and the size of fish is an important part of making this list, at my age, I still have a hard time realizing Reelfoot now has good crappie in it.
Absolutely,
because
it does.
30 years ago, it was not known for big crappie because of the netting. And now it's full of them.
So, Tim, are you? Did you realize that? Because I've never. We think of panfish at Reelfoot, great shell crackers and brim and stuff like that, and we know that there are crappie in there, but I've never top 10. That'll make Mike Hayes really happy at Blue Bank Resort. So.
Right. Well, Reelfoot, it has a lot of ups and downs.
That's right.
And especially 2 and 3 years ago, there were some really big crappie getting caught there. I did see some crappie this past winter, cooler full, that were really good fish. And it's got numbers. Although I did weigh heavy on big fish, also numbers counted. The uniqueness of the lake factored in also. Is it a fun place to go to?
That's good.
And there's few places like the Swamp Lake you get over there, the Quake Lake. There's few places that give you the feeling you get when you go in there and fish the cypress trees and lily pads. So that helped boost it up a little bit into that top 10 spot also.
Well, you got Reelfoot at 10, Arca-Butler at 8. I see Kentucky Lake, Bill Cooksey's hometown. He's the mayor of Kentucky Lake. You can see him.
South Kentucky
Lake.
But there are no crappie south of I-40, I'll go ahead and tell you.
There is no crappie south of I-40.
South of I-40, forget it.
Or
don't
at
even
least
go.
You haven't found them yet.
Don't bother going, y'all.
You don't, because that's where you're catching them. You're just saying that to keep people out of there, like Ryan wants.
I wouldn't do that, Larry.
No, you wouldn't do that. Yeah, let's move on. All right, you got.
Well, let me say something real quick.
All right, okay.
It has had a big resurgence over the winter and really early spring. The fishing's been about as good as it has been in the last decade. So that helped jump it way up this year. So that is one of the hotter lakes that's on the list right now.
Okay, Bill Cooksey just left the room. All right, he is not here anymore.
Up around Paris, it's awesome.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome around Paris. So this is the South guy. Sardis at 3, Lake Washington. A lot of folks, you think about bass fishing and things down there, and you've got Lake Washington in there at number 2. What was the deal on that?
Well, it's had the history in the last 2 or 3 years of producing some huge fish. The Magnolia Crappie Club down there fishing. That's one of their regulars.
Yeah.
And they've just had some monster fish come out of there, as well as the other crappie trails that go in. And it is an easy lake to fish. It's just a big bowl that you can go down there and spider rig or pull or do whatever you want to. And the ease of fishing that lake helped in that. It may not have the great numbers, but it's got some hogs in there.
Well, let's talk about now. Speaking of hogs, we know where the world record was caught. Fred Bright, 5 pounds.
5 pounds 4 ounces.
You can go down to Enid and see that thing, and it's just unbelievable. And I know you've been following crappie for a long time, so you got 50 lakes here. All right, Tim Huffman, you're going to put you on the spot, and I'm going to ask you, where is the next world record going to come from?
Oh, my goodness. That is a tough question. I don't know. For years, they've said possibly Arca-Butler. I don't know. A lot of fish, I understand, that's an up-and-down lake. And that's also the reason it wasn't higher. That is a hit-and-miss lake. You can go down there and catch great crappie, and you can go down there, 2 trips out of 3 and almost 0 out. So it's a tough lake, but biologists have told us that, there's a chance the next one will come from there. But
look, this sounds like a presidential press conference. I've asked you a question. You're beating around the bush. Come on now. I'm going to ask these other guys. Just pick one out, Just tell me, could it be? I'm looking at the list. I hope it's not Cherokee, because that's 50th on your list, but it could be. Now, so just pick one out. Go down and put your finger on one. Which one? There's a moment of silence as Tim Huffman now tries to think.
He's thinking.
Which one?
I don't know. Let's just throw one out. Maybe Ross Barnett.
Okay, Ross Barnett. All right, here we go. All right, you just stunned Ron Wong. He's now down on the floor. Get up, Ron. All right. Now, Ron, so what do you think? We just asked him to pick one. He did. Thank you. And Ross Barnett is, where is it? It's number 20. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Ron.
Lake Fork. Yep. The water doesn't fluctuate as much as the flood control lakes there on I-55.
Okay, Lake Fork. That's number 8 on his. Let's see, that's number 7. All right, Bill Cooksey.
And that was a good shot.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
That's a good pick.
Okay, Bill.
Man, I got nothing.
South Kentucky Lake.
No, definitely not on that. Because
just pick one.
I know better than a Tennessee River reservoir.
Just pick one, okay?
Let's go with.
We got 2
Harris
minutes here.
Chain.
Harris Chain. That's pretty good. Where is it down there?
Florida.
Oh, I know where it is, but I mean, what's it on the list here?
25.
25. Okay.
Your finger didn't go to a real good one on that one.
I said I got nothing.
Harris Chain is a beautiful place to fish. It's got tons of numbers, and you can have fun down there.
Okay.
Larry Ray.
Get your world record.
It's my turn, right? It's my turn.
Larry Ray.
I'm going with Grenada because it's number 1 on his list. Okay, let's just say that then. Hey, Tim,
that's always a good.
That's a good one, Tim.
Good shot.
Tim Huffman, thank you, buddy. We got to get out of here. What you going to say about it?
Sounds great.
All right, Tim. Thank you, buddy. And you can read Tim Huffman just about every issue of the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News.
Crappie Now.
The man knows crappie. That's right, Crappie Now. And go to his website, monstercrappie.com. Thank you, Tim. We'll talk to you. All right?
Great talking to you.
Goodbye. Oh, that was fun. All right, we got to take a break. We just interrupted everybody's trying to pick. We should have let Greg Ratliff. He probably picked the winner.
He probably would.
Yeah. All right, let's go. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
You can find